Hi, Maria here from My Art Pixie, and today I will continue my series called Rekindle the Artist in You. In the month of May, I will be sharing a video every Thursday and going live to talk more about the topic for the week every Friday at noon. This is the third week, so if you haven't watched the previous videos, please go do so. Today, I will be talking about your art workspace, going from no space to art space. Ideally, as artists, we need that dedicated space to create and practice our art skills. Yes, this can be the kitchen table. However, finding a space that is your own creates a positive art experience for you and your art practice. No art space is defined by not having a place for your art to land. You float around from the couch to the kitchen table, taking the supplies with you from here and from there. Or maybe you have a drawer that's filled with supplies or a closet that you keep your materials in, but everything is kind of scattered around your house. And you don't really have one place for it to land. You don't have anything to define your art space, resulting in no art space. So let me help you get from no art space to art space. The first step is to claim it. Claim the space that you plan to work in with your art. If you are just starting out, this could be a spare bedroom or an office or even a corner of your bedroom or a corner of your living space. Screened-in porches and lofts are great for this as well if your house is built that way and you have that extra space. Keep in mind that this is where you will be working on your art and housing all of your supplies. Depending on what art you're working on, is going to determine what you will need in this space. So for example, you would need a desk or a drafting table if you're going to draw, do charcoal, or even do pen and ink. You may need an easel and some drawers if you're going to work with acrylic paint or oils. You may possibly need your laptop or a printer if you're going to be working on digital art. Again, it depends on what art you're working on. There is no right or wrong way to do this other than making the space your own. However, you do need to keep all of your materials in this one space. Remember, no art space is defined by not having a place for your art to land. So by claiming this space, you are determining that this space is the space where your art will land. Keep in mind that you may grow out of this space. Here are some options if this happens. You can join an artist co-op with a shared art space, which may be fun because you can hang out with other artists, learn from each other, and get inspired. You can find a small office space away from home. That way you can go and work on your art and then return home. You will have it in a separate space that is dedicated solely to your artwork. You can dedicate a home studio space, much like I have, and I know that all my art supplies go there. Even if I take some up to the kitchen table for maybe an afternoon because I want some daylight to work in, I still return everything to that art space. Maybe even finding a space at a relative's home. I did this for a season. I had a space set up at my mom's house, and it worked out great. Step number 2, organize your space. Organization creates a peaceful studio space. Have you ever been scrambling around to find your eraser, a misplaced brush, or that paper that you just bought? Making homes for each of your tools and supplies will help you to stay organized, and this will alleviate some of that unnecessary stress. And it will give you more time to create beautiful artwork and, better yet, more time to practice your skills because you will know where everything is. So here are some examples that I use. Jars, mugs, vintage boxes, things that I can put like items together if possible. IKEA drawers are great. I love that I can keep all of my watercolor paper in one place. I know where it is. My colored pencils. And some of my watercolor tubes as well. And then carts. I have a couple of carts, one that holds some of my mixed media supplies, and another cart that I have here that houses all of my packing supplies for Etsy. My backing cards for my pins, my freebies that I give out with each order, and my thank you notes, and twine and tissue paper and boxes and so on. My space is not perfect, and I could really use some purging time, let me tell you. But I have had this space for 4 years. So please keep that in mind. I have grown into my art space and my art business, and honestly, I might be ready for a new space. Okay, so that about wraps it up. Meet me back here tomorrow at noon and we will do our artist lunch break. It'll be about 20 minutes or so, not super long, but just enough for me to give you a recap of this video and what it means to have a great space for your art practice. So I will see you tomorrow. And until next time, bye.